Blackberry preserves is one of the easier ways to preserve your blackberries. And that's because it's just sugar and berries and like a touch of butter to keep it from foaming. I start by washing off my blackberries. Then I place 2 pounds of blackberries into a pot. Now I'll add 4 cups of sugar and I'll gently stir it in. I don't want to mash up my berries, but I do want to have them fully coated with that sugar. The juices from the berries and the sugar together is what makes the syrup. I'll place a lid on my pot and I'll allow it to rest for 30 minutes so that that syrup can start to form. Now that it's been sitting for more than a half an hour, if you take a look at the bottom of the blackberries, you can see that there's just a little bit of syrup that started to form. But mostly it's coated in that sugar. So now I'll add half of a teaspoon of butter, and then I'll place this on the stove and I'll bring it to the gelling point. The gelling point is 220 degrees if at sea level, but for every 1,000 feet above sea level, it drops by 2 degrees. So for me, I'm at 1,200 feet, I'll get it up to 218 degrees. Now I'll place my preserves into half-pint jars up to 1/2 of an inch of headspace, which is the space from the top of the food to the top of the jar. I'll use a clean damp cloth to wipe off the rim of my jars so that if anything got on the edge, that it won't interfere with the seal. Then I'll place my lids and rings on until they're fingertip tight. I'm using Superb canning lids today. They are my new favorite. The reason I like them so much is that they have this blue squishy seal that does a really good job of sealing and staying sealed, up to 36 months as compared to 18 months with my regular lids that I would get. I have a link as well as a coupon code for 20% off in my description below. Now I'll place these in my boiling water bath, submerged by 1 to 2 inches of water, and I'll process them for 15 minutes if I'm at sea level. I'm at 1,200 feet, so I'll go for 20, but I won't start my timer until after it begins to boil. Now that the processing time is complete, I'll remove the lid, turn off the heat, and let it cool for 5 minutes. I remove the jars from the canner and place them on a heat-resistant surface about 1 to 2 inches apart so that they can cool down quickly. I'll leave them there for 24 hours so that they can get a good seal. I can tell that they have a good seal if the center of the lid has depressed down. If it has, then I remove the rings and wash them with hot soapy water and store them in a cool, dry, dark location like my pantry and use them in the next 1 to 3 years. If I have any that didn't seal, I would place them in the refrigerator and use them right away. So time for the taste tester. I have just a little bit left over. So it tastes just like you would imagine. You've got blackberries in this really sweet syrup. I really like using this one on top of desserts, pancakes, waffles, crepes. Really good on crepe.